Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to talk all about federal student loans and how their interest rates are currently at zero, as well as what you should do with your stimulus check, so stay tuned. It's time for some real talk. Hey guys, so we're living in some crazy times right now. Stay-at-home orders are in place, we can't go anywhere, and I hope everyone is holding up and doing well and taking care of yourselves, mentally, physically, however you need to. And if you're still working, I hope you're staying safe. And if you're on the front lines, we really appreciate what you're doing. So, what I want to talk about a little bit is federal student loans. So, I'm sure a bunch of you know already that federal student loans, the majority of them, you have to talk to your service loan provider to find out the specifics because some federal student loans don't qualify for the zero interest. So, what I'm going to talk about are the loans that do. So I wrote down some statistics that I want to share with you guys because I find them quite alarming. So these stats were all taken from NerdWallet. So I will post that link in my description of this video so you guys can take a look at that. So according to NerdWallet, the total debt for 2018 was 1.6 trillion. That is just student loans. And 2018 grads, if you graduated in 2018, you owe about $29,600, which seems really low to me. I have not shared what my personal debt is yet, but mine is like triple that. But I do have a master's degree, so I guess that, whatever. So right now, federal student loans, out of that 1.8 trillion, federal student loans take up $1.4 trillion of that. So private student loans, super low percentage of borrowers use those. So the majority are through the federal government. So federal student aid also has a ton of resources. I'm going to post that as well into the description here. So I have FedLoan. Those are who my federal student loans are through. I do have one private through Sallie Mae. The interest is not affected. It's still the same. I think it's like, I want to say it's like 10.7% interest, which is crazy. So my federal student loans before this all happened, the interest that was added daily was $10.70, which is crazy. That's added daily. That interest just continues to add. So right now, there's no interest. Absolutely none. So it's super, if you can afford to do it, if your job is stable, totally a good idea to pay off some of those federal loans. So I have a couple. I think I have 12. 4 of them are paid off, and I'm continuing to pay those off gradually over time. The one I just paid off was $2,700, give or take, and I paid that off in a little over a month. I have like a goal tracker that I color in, and every time I pay off a certain amount, then I color the lines in. The ones for school or a diploma or not a diploma, a graduation cap. And so you just color those in every time, and when the whole thing's colored, you're out of that debt. So those have been really helpful. I'm going to talk more about this in another video, so I will post where that's from and that resource that I've been using because I find that to be super helpful and really motivating because I hang it up. I see it every day, so that's helpful. So student loans are crazy. I'm currently on an income-based repayment plan, so my payments are only like $94 a month or so. Right now, I don't know anything until the end of September. So come October 1st, from what is posted now, all of the loans, federal loans, are 0% interest and there's no payments. So they're in forbearance, which means you don't make any payments, you don't get penalized, there's no interest. So a lot of people are probably like, oh, no loans, no money, I don't have to pay anything. Forget that, I ain't paying anything. Dumb. Really stupid. This is literally my real talk section. If you could afford it, pay your loans off. Pay them down. This will probably never happen again where we have a 0% interest rate. It's crazy. The amount of people that I have talked to, I'm in quite a few groups on Facebook where people talk about, like today there was a discussion around how much people owe in interest daily. The one lady said it's $17 for her. $17 every day. I'm going to do math. Can't do math in my head, so I have my phone right here, conveniently. Let's just do some simple math. $17 a day, $365 a year. That's $6,205 in interest, people. Get with it. Let's get these loans gone. I am here to help you. I'm here to be your coach. Let's do it. $6,000 in interest. Are you kidding me? You know what you can do with $6,000? You can go to Disneyland like twice. That's what I'm doing. Go to Disneyland twice. Get these loans out of your life. They're terrible. You don't need them. You don't want them. I want Sally Mae out of my house. Like, that's my plan. She's going. She's hanging out for now, but she's going to be gone. So, loans, 0% interest. If you have federal student loans, if you're not sure if they're at 0%, if you're not sure of some of this stuff, call your loan service provider. Like I said, I have Fed loan servicing, and all my loans are at 0% right now. So, I don't know anything, and I'm not being penalized, but it's really stupid if you're not doing anything about it. I think a lot of times people make a lot of excuses for not paying their loans. The government will forgive my loans. That's a lie. Do not rely on the government. They will only screw you. Have you seen what's been happening? I'm not getting into politics on this channel, but the government is not going to save you. Okay, I'm off that rant. Government's not going to save you. So you have the money. If you're working and you're still having an income, put some at that loans. I'm going to do a video each month specifically about how much I pay off each month. And right now, so let's talk stimulus check for a minute. My stimulus check was $1,200. It all went to my student loans. People probably think I'm nuts. They're probably like, why did you do that? Why didn't you save for a vacation or buy yourself something nice? Because I want my loans gone. I want them gone out of my life. And a lot of people think I'm nuts for doing this, but I don't really care what people think. I'm past that stage of my life where I'm like, oh, I really care what other people think, what I'm doing. No. And if you care, you need to stop because it's your life and you're living it. Nobody else. Okay. I feel like I'm getting really aggressive and I'm not even trying to, but seriously, get these out of your life. Unless you want loans around, if you want payments to people, then keep them around, but that just seems really dumb to me. So, stimulus checks. So, YNAB, it stands for You Need a Budget. I love their tool. I use their budgeting software. Totally worth it. Really intensive. Not intensive. I don't want to say intensive. Very, what's the word I'm looking for? Detailed, very in-depth about the things that you're doing with your money. So it's pretty much based off a zero-based budget. So you give every dollar a job when it comes in. You only budget the money you have, and that's what you do. They have an article about what you should do with your stimulus check. So I'm going to link that as well. I have 3 articles I'm linking in the description to this video, so make sure you check them out. YNAB talks about what you should do with your stimulus check. So some people are still working, so it was kind of just all right, if you're still working, put your money where you need it. So whether that be down payment on a house, student loan payment, a debt payment in general, something like that. If you're not working, then you need to keep, your 4 walls. So food, house, the main things. Transportation, those 4 main things you need to have so you can maintain and keep going. Food, those things. So if you're not working, then they recommend doing that. There were also some other recommendations that they had made. So definitely check that. It's in the description. Totally worth checking that out. So on that note, let me share. So my whole stimulus check went to my student loans. I actually have a happy planner, which I love. It's really decorated and I absolutely love it. And in the back, I have a budget section where I keep track of everything I pay down each day, how much I've paid extra on my loans. So this is the month of April. So the month of April, I'll just share because we're a little more than halfway. So on April 2nd, I paid $100 to my loans. It's not anything crazy. I'm not paying $3,000 at one time on my loans. So April 2nd, I paid $100. I got paid on the 9th. I paid $500 on the 10th. Paid $200 on the 11th. $278.76 on the 13th. I got my stimulus check on the 15th. So I paid $450 out of my paycheck, and then I put that $1,200 directly to that. And then on the 17th of April, I paid $976.54, which paid off my loan, which was, it was around 27 something. I'm going to do another video where I talk about why I'm doing this journey, and I'm going to post all the totals I owe. Interest rates I don't know because there's no interest right now except on my Sallie Mae loan. So I will post that too and let you guys know, like, oh, this is what's happening. This is how I'm doing it. I think a lot of people, real talk again, a lot of people make excuses. Oh, I'm just going to wait it out. Wait for what? I don't understand. I know a lot of people are struggling right now. So, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm like, use your $1,200 to pay down your debt. No, if you can, then I recommend it because I think it's important if you want these out of your life because they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere, and I don't really see this interest being at zero ever again unless something like this happens, which I think they'll have protective measures at that point. So I think it's really important. Oh, okay. My interest, I wrote this down, for all of my federal loans was $2,391.17. That's just the interest. And the federal loans are around $70K. So, and all my interest rates are different through all the different federal loans. So that just gives you guys kind of like an idea as to how much of my interest is that. So it's really nice that I don't have to pay that right now. So yeah, so I'm going to do another video all about loans and how to take care of them and what do you do if your loans are in pay-to-head status and how do you get them out of pay-to-head status and why won't my money go to the principal first and why is it going to the interest? So real quick, if you pay extra on your loans, let's say your loan is $2,500 and we'll say $500 of that is interest that's accrued. You make a payment that's $450, that's all going to interest until you make the principal payment. So a lot of my loans, what I would do is I would make a payment on the 21st. I think my payments were. The next day after that was already going through and processing, I made another payment individually to the specific loan that was the lowest. I'm using the snowball method. I follow Dave Ramsey's teachings. So I know a lot of people are probably like, oh, Dave Ramsey, that guy's crazy. He's a cult leader. He's not. His stuff works. So I'm going to be using his work for the basis of my premise of this channel. So if you're anti-Ramsey, then I guess this channel's not for you because it's kind of what I'm going to be talking about. His work, I've been through his class. I've read pretty much all of his books. Rachel Cruz, his daughter, is fantastic. I love her. And so is Chris Hogan. Really enjoy him too. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I got. That's my soapbox. If you have federal student loans that are at 0% interest, do something to pay them off. Get another job. Get another job. Like I have a side hustle that I'm still doing and I put a percentage of whatever I make to my loans. So, all right guys, thanks for watching my channel. If you like what you're seeing, if you want to know more about what my story is and why I'm doing this journey, please hit that subscribe button and leave me a comment. Let me know what you're doing during this quarantine and let me know how much debt you have because I'm curious. All right guys, thanks for watching. Bye.